All right, everyone, welcome back to In the Vet's Office. I am your host, Dr. Josie, and this week we have a very special guest. You may know her from her appearances on The Bachelor and Bachelor in Paradise, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Both. And from being a social media guru. But the real reason she is here today is because she is the mom to two adorable dogs, Cash and Buxton.
Yay.
Welcome to In the Vet's Office, Victoria Fuller.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So happy you're here.
I know. I'm so excited. We've been talking about doing this. So I'm glad that we got it on the books.
Yes. And this is just a podcast for primarily everyone that listens is dog moms.
Okay. I love that.
Yeah. There's some crazy cat moms too, of course.
I know. I was going to say, do we dabble in cats?
Yes.
I have one.
Yeah. Do you?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. She's crazy.
What's her name?
Miss Ma'am.
Miss Ma'am.
And it fits her perfectly.
That is amazing. Miss Ma'am.
Yeah.
How old is she?
She's 2 and she's a Tortie.
And she's what they say about Torties.
Yeah. The attitude. Tortitude.
Fortitude.
I know.
Miss Ma'am.
Yeah.
And how do the dogs do with her?
So she really loves Buxton, which is my oldest one. He's 9.
Yeah.
And then she loves him because she attacks him. But Cash is 1. So he will chase after her and is
she's no.
Yeah, she likes it, I think, because she'll be haha, look at me. And then
she'll wave her little tail in his face.
Yes. And then she'll run or he'll pin her down and she'll start crying. It's great.
It's chaos.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things to watch on the internet is when cats do the little pop, pop, pop with their little paws.
Yes.
And their claws aren't out. So it's usually.
I know.
I love that. Does she throw mittens at them?
Oh, she's the old 1-2 punch for sure. It makes her tougher, I think.
Yeah.
She's probably tougher than most cats because she can get away quick and she fights them. And they're both pretty big labs, 70 pounds, 80 pounds. So
she lets them know.
Yeah, she does.
One thing that with Torties being a veterinarian is we know, if I see a Tortie on my schedule, I'm I'm getting my ass kicked.
Really?
Yes.
Wait, okay. I need to know about this.
They're definitely our feistiest.
Okay.
Patients.
Really?
Yes. I would take a Rottweiler trying to come get me over a spicy Tortie.
Yeah. What's up with that? Why do you think they're like that?
I don't know what it is. I think it's maybe it's just in their genetics.
Really?
Yeah. But it's those female Torties and calicos.
Okay. I was wondering so the Torties are only girls.
Mm-hmm. Only girls.
So, I don't know. I was just
very
confused by her demeanor because I always had tabbies.
Oh, and they're so sweet.
Male tabbies. Yeah.
The sweetest cats.
The sweetest cats
they're
ever.
Golden retriever cats.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. And I'd never been around a Tortie before.
Yeah.
And she is definitely she has, I need to ask you actual questions. Maybe we
have at it. Yeah. No,
so
please.
she has she has behavioral issues. And I was wondering if that's normal.
What?
Okay, this is really bad.
Does she pee outside the litter box?
Yes.
Okay, I had a feeling.
How did you know?
I just knew.
You're the animal whisperer.
Do I have telepathy?
I'm how the fuck did you know this?
I'm really good at my job. Okay, so she pees outside the litter box. Is she peeing on your stuff?
So, okay, she was going into one specific room and kind of made that her new litter box. Okay. So much so that I had to literally dispose of the mattress, buy a new one. So I got all new furniture in there and then she still did it. She did it again. So now I've kept the door closed, but she's doing it in other spots now.
Is it pee and poop or just pee?
Just pee.
9 times out of 10, it's a stress response. That or... And the other thing is they can be really particular about the kind of, you're tearing up.
I'm oh no, stress?
Not because you're literally these cats that I see live on a silver platter. They are trust fund baby cats and they have nothing to be stressed about, but cats are they're cats.
Yeah.
So if A, stress, which we can talk about, and then B, the other thing is sometimes they're really particular about their litter box, where it is. If it's changed locations, if there's a lid on it, the type of litter, they can be super particular.
Okay. That makes sense. I mean, I think with the litter box situation, if it's even remotely dirty, she doesn't like it.
Yes. Some are you need to clean it every single time I go.
So I got a self-regulating one and it's helped a little bit, but I think I'm still finding spots.
Finding it happen.
Yeah.
She might be she honestly might not like The
Cash.
self-regulating one. Oh, Cash. That's another thing. Yeah. She might not like the self-regulating one, but she also wants it clean. So she might be like, Mom, you just have to like put in the hard work.
Oh, wow.
Uh-huh. The other thing too is like, I know. Like, oh, you can just pee on the mattress.
Yeah, like, I'm okay.
The other option is you could always like add in another litter box. Like just throw in like a basic one.
Okay.
And the other thing is, while we're on this, they did a study in cats. They studied all these cats and the different kinds of litter, and they found that non-clumping, unscented litter is like the best litter that cats tend to like the most.
Really?
So I would get a bag of that, get like just a basic pan, like a basic one, and see how that goes for you.
Okay, thank you.
And if that doesn't work, it's Cash.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I think maybe it was happening a lot when I was traveling, and so
That's
I was
another classic.
I was gone, and so she was spending like, we would have somebody come over for like a couple hours a day, but it wasn't enough because she like felt alone, I think.
Yeah, it's classic. Like people bring their cat in, the cat's peeing everywhere. I'm like, have you traveled? Are you doing construction? Have you had visitors they don't like? It's something where it causes them stress,
anxiety.
The other thing is there's a product called Feel Away. Have you heard of this?
No.
You can get it. It's like a plug-in that you plug into the wall, and it sounds crazy, but it releases pheromones to help reduce stress in cats. It's amazing.
Okay.
We can't smell it, but they can.
Well, then I'll definitely
try that.
Look at that, because it's bad.
And cat pee smells so bad.
Oh, it's awful. It's like that ammonia smell.
Yeah.
It's so, oh my gosh, it's
pungent.
Yes, pungent is the best word for it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so interesting. There was another question I had for you actually about her.
Go ahead.
Oh, so she, one of the doctors we talked to was talking about possibly putting her on Prozac.
Yes. That's another option.
Really?
Yeah, I know there's like this whole, first try the Feel Away, first try the other litter box. And then the reality is like you travel, I'm sure, just because you're running all around and you're single and living the dream.
Yeah.
And so you can't just stay home with your cat to keep her happy. I mean, you could.
That would be insane.
You could, but, and so you have to live your life. And if she's just kind of like a naturally anxious gal, we do put them on Prozac, and it can make a huge difference. And I know there's like the stigma. It's like, I'm drugging my cat, but they're happier.
It's a happier life for them.
Exactly.
I think we might need to talk about that after this.
We have a lot to do today.
Yeah, we really do.
Honestly, the Prozac though, like they're still themselves. Okay. They're not like zombies. They're just like a little less on edge.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah, like I'm on anxiety meds. I love it.
Right,
exactly. Like $1 million.
Right. I was like, is she too young? Like how? Okay.
No, I would think about it. The only thing is you just have to do, once you do it, you have to do it every single day.
I know, because you
don't want to like
mess with her chemical imbalance in her head and her little oh my gosh,
her little tiny peanut head. Cutie. It's the smallest dose of Prozac in the world. Oh yeah, it's like teeny tiny.
It's adorable when you think about it.
And they do I have a dog that one of my dogs upstairs is on Prozac.
Really?
And it's changed his life.
Really? Okay, so what was he doing? Sorry, we're like going off on a tangent. Like, how was he before to now?
Was like kind of neurotic. He's a German Shepherd, so they're bred to be like working dogs. And I do as much work with him as I can, but also like I have a life too.
Yeah.
And so he would get like hyper fixated on toys or balls or like pace the backyard, and it's just like helped take the edge off.
Wow.
Yeah, really mellowed him, like, and he's still himself.
Right.
But just like a little less
he
on
seems
edge.
happier.
So much happier.
Okay, I love this. This is giving me the confidence to actually like go through with it, because I kind of felt weird.
Yeah, people do. I mean, we talk about it all the time in the clinic, and owners are like, you're going to put my pet on Prozac? Like, what?
Right.
And when you first hear it, it does sound crazy, but I see it so often where it like changes their lives.
Okay.
So
I love this. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
This is so helpful.
This is in the vet's office and in the therapist's office.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
love
perfect.
This. Yeah.
It's a one-stop shop.
Yes, of course.
One thing I was thinking about when I was like prepping for this podcast is, whose season were you on of The Bachelor?
Peter's.
I haven't watched in so long, but there was one season where one of the contestants was a dog mom. Like that was her job. You know how they put your job?
Oh, yeah.
They like say, you're this age and like, this is your role. And people are like, sales or this. Yeah. And it was like dog mom.
I wish they would do that for mine.
I was like,
I wonder if they did.
Classic.
I love that.
Do you know what yours was?
I think mine was just medical sales.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. But
dog mom is like, that is my full-time job.
And I think she brought her dog with her.
Oh,
I know.
That's really sweet.
Can you imagine? I know.
You didn't let me do that.
You were gypped.
Yeah, seriously.
Bullshit.
It's like a service animal.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, I should have advocated for that.
Now we know.
Yeah, now we know.
Okay, well, before we dive into all things about your dogs, we're going to do a case of the week.
Okay.
And this is where I just kind of talk about anything I've experienced in the trenches, if you will.
Yeah.
And not too long ago, I had a client call me, and I know he won't care if I say his name. And it was actually, do you know think he's like around personality.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. He calls me. It's 9:00 at night. Actually, I think his wife called me, and she's like, "Hey, just want to let you know, our dog Eller just ate a whole loaf of sourdough bread dough, like raw dough."
Oh, the raw dough.
And she's like, "We had it out on the counter. We were getting ready to put it in the oven. She's eaten the whole thing. Like, just want to let you know, it's probably not a big deal. Like, it's just bread." And I was like, actually, it's a really big deal. And people don't know this. And I feel like sourdough is so trendy right now.
Oh my God.
Have you noticed that?
Wait, I need you to finish the story because now I'm freaking out.
Do you make sourdough?
No, but we'll get to that.
Oh, shit. Okay. So it's a big deal because what happens is if dogs eat raw sourdough dough.
Okay, dough. Okay.
It gets into just the dough, not the bread
the
itself.
Dough. Okay.
Also not great, but the dough goes into their stomach. The stomach is warm and there's acid in there. So the dough will cook
and expand.
Yes. The yeast ferments. The bread will expand to the point where like the stomach bloats and it can flip on itself and it can be life-threatening. The other crazy thing is that the yeast, as it's cooking, releases alcohol or ethanol, and that gets absorbed into the bloodstream, and the dogs get drunk.
And they're drunk.
But not just like drunk, like white girl wasted at spring break.
Yeah.
Need their stomach pumped, alcohol poisoning, drunk.
No, you're kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Need their stomach pumped?
Yes.
Oh my.
Well, I mean, they don't get their stomachs pumped, but I'm saying like,
no, literally.
That's how drunk they are.
Alcohol poisoning.
All that to say, don't let them get the dough.
Wait, that's such a good thing to know because most people probably would just, like he said, think that it's just normal, no big deal. But like, I wonder what made him think to reach out because that is kind of crazy. You probably like saved his dog's life. So what did you end up doing?
So I was like, hey, we need to make her vomit. You can give her hydrogen peroxide. Mm-hmm. She took some, didn't want to throw up. I'm like, oh man, it's like 9:30 at night. My bra's off at this point. I'm like, I don't want to have to get out of bed. Yeah. So, but I have a medication that I can inject that can make them throw up.
Yes.
So I was like, all right, I'll come over. And as I'm pulling into their driveway, she throws up and throws up the whole loaf of raw bread.
Thank God.
I know.
But you had to get out of bed.
Like, I had to put a bra back on. This is terrible. But no, she was fine and like went on to be totally fine.
Well, thank God.
I know. So crazy.
Thank God they called you.
Yes.
Because that could have been really, really bad.
Mm-hmm. So did your dogs eat sourdough?
Yeah. So Cash, that's why he gets into everything. But he jumped up on the counter and ate a whole loaf of sourdough bread, but it was cooked.
Okay.
But he ate the entire thing.
Like they're like balls.
They're huge.
That's a lot.
Literally no crumbs. Yeah. I was like,
not a crumb left behind.
And like, not even like, because it was in a bag because I got it from the bakery. Mm-hmm. He ate the bag too.
Oh.
And I was just like, I hope.
Did he have diarrhea or anything?
Yeah, he did a little bit. Not inside the house, thank God.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, yes, sourdough.
There's nothing worse.
Just like, what
than diarrhea in the house.
Oh my God, awful. And I've dealt with that.
It's like, and especially in big dogs.
Oh, it's awful because it's like human-sized. It's so gross.
I had a Great Dane and she had diarrhea in the house multiple times. But one time, right before I met my husband, and I was getting ready to move in like 2 days, and this rug had been through it. Like I was done with this rug.
Yeah.
And she took a huge diarrhea on the rug. And I was like, I don't have it in me to clean this. So I got a box cutter and I cut out a square in the rug. I did. And I threw out a ginormous square part of the carpet. And I just met my husband. And so we were dating, like newly dating. And he came over to pick me up to go on a date. And he was like, why does your rug have like a whole square out of it? And I was like, well,
I murdered somebody.
My dog diarrheaed and I didn't want to clean it up.
Yeah. And so I cut it out.
And he came back for more. And he still married me. So I don't know what that says about him, but.
No, I love that actually. I wouldn't even think to do that, but it's honestly kind of genius.
I was at wit's end.
Yeah, like, I ain't cleaning this shit.
Getting the box cutter. Anyway, so yeah, dealing with human-sized diarrhea in the house is no fun.
I know it well.
It's the price we pay with big dogs.
I know. And like you feel bad because their little tummies obviously hurt so bad that they can't hold it to go out. But you're also like, what? on the rug. You couldn't make it to like,
the hardwoods, the tile.
Exactly.
It's the white carpet every time.
Literally. I just threw mine away, actually. Not just, but like when when he did that, because he went and I was just like, I can't even like vacuum. No. Whatever, clean it up. Like
it's such a mess.
It's
sometimes.
just, I cannot. Yeah. So I just throw it away. It's fine.
And that's that. Okay. So tell me about Buxton's the oldest.
Buxton's the oldest. He's just turned 9.
Okay.
And he is the father to Cash.
He's the father to Cash.
The father to Cash.
Who's the mother?
So the mother is this beautiful black lab that lives in Cincinnati.
Okay.
And we met on a pet dating app. I know.
I can't close my mouth.
Isn't that
my
crazy?
jaw won't shut. I did not know this existed.
I know.
What is it called?
It's called Pet Meetly.
Okay.
So it's like
the Hinge of pets.
Yeah, Hinge. We'll go with Hinge because Tinder's like...
It's like a Raya for pets.
Yeah, it's Raya for dogs. So I got on there and I found like a cute little dog and it was really sweet. And we drove to Cincinnati, 4 hours away.
And you let them?
We met at a dog park and we like let them, sniff each other out, get to know each other, take her on a date, of course.
That's sweet. A true gentleman.
A true gentleman. And they did their business within like 10 minutes. So.
Okay. It happened at the dog park.
Yes, it did.
The scene of the crime.
It was like very quick.
Okay.
And we had tried it before. And so I knew it was like coming.
Yeah. Because she was in heat.
Yes, she was in heat. Okay. And then he hooked.
Yep.
Which is like a crazy experience.
Yeah, it is.
And we don't even have to get into it. But like we had to hold them for like 10 minutes in place so that they weren't like ripping
they go kind of crazy.
Oh my gosh. It was just,
Wow.
Luckily, Buxton's like a very good boy. So he just like laid down and it was fine. And then after that, I think it's like 2 months for dogs.
60 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she had 10 puppies.
Wow.
Yeah.
It
was her first litter.
All black labs. Sometimes you can get a random yellow or something.
It was all the colors.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like the apricot color too?
No. So
like fox red maybe?
No, we didn't have those. We had charcoal and yellow.
Okay.
Black and chocolate.
Oh.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
It was so crazy. Okay. But there was only one black boy and that was Cash.
And that's the one you were like, I want another black boy.
Yeah.
So this was a year ago.
Yeah. So it was a year ago. And we did it specifically because I'm kind of like one of those people who's like plans ahead. And like I already know that I'm going to be devastated when he passes. And he is getting like a little bit older. And so anyways, I was just like, I always knew I wanted to do it. That's why I like didn't snip him or anything. And it took the first time that we did it and then we like had a family litter. So it wasn't like we were doing it to like breed. It was just, we kept it in our family. So my brother has one, my sister has one, my assistant has one. And like we handed them off to friends. So we know who everybody has and like
great homes.
Oh, they all have amazing homes.
Wow.
Yeah.
They say that if you are any of them like the brothers and sisters still together? Because they say having littermates together can be dicey.
Oh, it's bad.
Yes.
So she kept 3 of them with the mom.
Okay.
And she's having like troubles right now with one of them.
Yep.
And they are with a trainer, but they said it was like bad anxiety.
They, for whatever, it's like, do you have sisters?
Yeah. So it's
sometimes
like littermate syndrome.
Sometimes you hate each other, So I think like they really struggle with that. And obviously they can't talk about their feelings. So they just have some issues.
Wait, that's so sweet and sad.
I know. So we really recommend like even at Wags and Walks where we do a lot of like adoptions, we'll get littermates that come in and we won't like let people take littermates. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense because I feel like too, they also, whenever we go home and I bring Cash back to play with like my sister's dog, they are like going at it and they're 2 boys.
Crazy.
Yeah, they're nuts. So I couldn't imagine having 3 of them. And so she's having like major issues right now with that. And we're like doing the whole training thing. But like, what do you suggest for something like that?
If you have the littermates, lots of training. You're going to need a trainer. Yeah, you might even need to like send them to a trainer as well. Mm-hmm. And also it depends on like what the issues are. But
so it's only one of them too that's acting up, and they said she has really bad anxiety.
I mean, if worst case, maybe even like thinking about
rehoming.
Yeah,
that's what she was saying. She was like, I don't know if I can. Well, she can't keep her if she doesn't like get it under control because she's kind of like being very mean to the other.
Fighting.
Yeah,
you don't want that.
Yeah.
I had a client that had 3 dogs, and that one dog would come in all the time with bite wounds from its other sibling, just constantly beating him up to the point where I was like, we can't keep doing this.
Right.
I can't in good conscience.
It's inhumane.
Yeah. Like we've got to figure something out here. Right. So, and rehoming is obviously awful because you are giving your dog to someone else. But at the end of the day, like, it might be the only option.
Okay, well then I need to think about this with her because
send her this episode.
I'm going to because we have to figure it out, and I need to know who the dog is going to go to.
Yeah. Oh no, you have to ensure it's like a good person, and probably even like get it in writing that if they ever want to rehome her,
that I could.
You get first like right of refusal.
Okay, I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, you're gonna do like a little written contract.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I'm learning so much.
You're so welcome. And how was Buxton when you brought Cash home? Was he like, what the hell have you done? Like, why is this puppy here? Or was he like pretty chill about it?
he had kind of had behavioral issues at first.
Okay.
Which is crazy because I bring him everywhere with me. He like comes on the plane. He's like the chillest dog ever. Mm-hmm. If he was to come in here, he would just like lay down. But he was so mad at me.
Like cold shoulder.
Yeah, like he was acting really naughty. Like he would run out of the house and then like not come back, but then like bark at me. And he's never like barked at me. And I was like,
he's like giving you the middle finger.
Yes. It was so crazy. And now he's sort of just accepted that Cash isn't leaving.
He's accepted defeat. It's really funny. Dogs, like I feel like the first 8 weeks, they're like pissed.
Oh, so mad.
But then they end up like warming up to them.
Yeah. He's definitely like could do without him. Mm-hmm. He's not like super excited that he's there.
Pesky little, I was going to say brother, but little son.
He's like, what the fuck is he doing here? But it's weird with Cash. Like they kind of like fight over me. And I don't know, like Cash is more territorial of me. So he like bite Buxton if Buxton comes close to me.
You're like, what's happening?
Yeah. Like, what is that?
That's just them being like resource guarding. Like you're their
source of food.
You are their mother and you are the hand that feeds them.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, yeah. So I would just try to like not put yourself in the situation where like, obviously this is hard because you live with them, but like try not to be in the middle of them too much if you can. And if you see that happening, like just getting up and walking away.
I don't do that.
You're probably like, no, let's talk about it.
Or I'll be like, no, Cash. And I'll like go to kiss Buxton so he feels love.
Which also, they need love too. Good. But I try to just like neutralize the situation and like just get up, don't speak a word, just walk away.
Oh no. I've been doing it all wrong for a year.
Well, you know what?
Oh God. That's hilarious.
Jason Tardik was on this podcast and we were talking about he has a new dog who's wild.
Oh, really?
And just like how much you learn, he went and saw Nikki, who's a trainer, who's amazing. I can send you her info.
Please do.
And he was like, I have realized that as a pet owner, I have done everything wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's crazy how. And they don't teach me training in vet school. I'm like, take everything I say with a grain of salt.
Yeah, but you're around it all the time.
So
you've like seen it. And like that's, so that's helpful.
Yeah. Are they both still intact?
They are.
Okay, so that too could be a little...
Yeah, it's like, it's weird because Cash definitely knows that Buxton's the dominant one because he's got like, I don't know, you could just tell he's like bigger, he's thicker. So I feel like Cash knows not to like mess with Buxton too much, but he also knows he's like quicker and littler. So he's like, I
gotcha.
Yeah.
He runs away.
Yeah, literally. That's how it goes with them. And it's just like, they're great dogs, though. They really are, and they're so sweet. I'm like obsessed with them.
Do you have a favorite? That's so mean to ask.
No, it's not. It's so I think I go like in and out of which one I like more.
Yeah,
but right now I like Cash more. I just want him to be a better dog.
You're like, you're just crazy.
Yeah. But Buxton's like my soul dog.
Yes.
You know, so he's been around through everything, like every breakup, like everything. And so I love him. I'm just like more interested in Cash right now.
Yeah.
Because Cash is more
active and doing all the things.
He's following me around everywhere. Buxton's like, all right,
I'll be on the couch.
Bye.
Yeah. Call me if you need me.
Exactly.
I get that. I definitely get that.
Do you have a favorite?
We have 3 dogs and it's the same for me. Like it kind of just depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, oh, we're going to go for a hike. Oakley, my German Shepherd.
Exactly.
Boom. I want to lay and rot in my bed than my little fat Chihuahua Biggie.
Yeah.
And then just like good snuggles would be Saya. So yeah, really, I mean, it just like totally, like you said, it varies. I'm sure people with human children probably feel the same way.
I feel like they have to, right?
Yeah,
it's like,
definitely.
You don't just love them all equally. Like you do in a sense, but like you gravitate towards one in certain situations.
Depending on what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you say you love them all equally, we know you're lying. Just tell us the truth.
Yeah. Exactly.
Tell us the truth.
Because I know I'm going to have favorites.
Oh, yeah. Probably.
I'll just be honest. Not to them, but like
behind the scenes.
Behind their backs.
Yeah. Bless them. And when you travel, do they stay with somebody? Like, how does that work?
Yeah. So I like to keep them at home because they're used to that. But I have somebody who comes over and watches them. Typically, it's like either my assistant or like a dog watcher person who I've, my friend's cousin. So
perfect.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. But if you know anybody too.
Yeah, I have some people.
Okay, cool.
But I'm like such a proponent of leaving them in the home.
Okay, good.
And having someone come stay.
I feel like I'm doing little things right.
Did it right. Just because I feel like boarding can go, like I see so many dogs and if it's the only option you have, like, of course, like it's not the end of the world, but so many come back from boarding with like kennel cough or they like got hurt or they have ear, like just stuff happens. So you can keep them in their natural environment. I find that like tends to be better.
Okay.
For sure.
So I'm doing it right.
You're doing it right.
Perfect. Thank you.
Without a doubt.
Thank you.
Do you have is there like any funny stories with them? Anything you do behind closed doors?
Let me think.
I feel like
I would just say that the fact that they're just like we go to the dog park every day. So they're very, very active. Like Buxton's 9, but you wouldn't even think he was because he's still very active. He tore his ACL over the summer. So he had to get surgery.
He did tear his ACL.
Ugh. Yeah. So he had to get surgery, but he's like fully back at it and like, you know, limping around.
That's a sad recovery process.
It was horrible.
Yeah. I've been through that.
Horrible to witness. You feel so bad because they don't know what's going on and like they're trying to, you know, get around still. And like he would we have stairs. So it was so hard because he would like want to come upstairs, but he couldn't.
Like you can't. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, literally you can't.
Is there anything worse than dropping your pet off for surgery? And I'm saying that as a veterinarian that receives your pets every day, but I took my little Biggie into the veterinary dentist to have a big procedure done because I can do dentistry, but he had like I try not to like operate or do surgery on my own animals. And leaving him, I was like, I have such a new like appreciation for my clients when they leave their pets here. It's so sad.
It's so sad.
You're like, I promise I'm coming back.
Yes. And they like don't know what's going on. And they're like getting all this stuff hooked up to them.
No, that's why I like
sad.
When I have them, I'm like, someone's like random pet and I'm like kissing them on the forehead. I'm like, I love you.
Yeah, I love you so much.
I know you don't know who I am, but
I still love you.
I want you to be happy here. It's so sad.
So sweet.
It's the best. I love him. And now you think he is like pretty much back to normal, Buxton post-op.
Yeah, he's pretty much back to normal. And we just like got off on a tangent.
I know.
There,
sorry, I was like kissing random dogs' heads.
No. But we don't. There's nothing like crazy other than the fact that they just like really, really like love me. And I thought that like getting one would help with the other and it hasn't. And now they're just
amplified
both, Yeah, they're both just obsessed with me and it's sweet, but it's also like, okay, I've got stuff to do now.
You're like, there's only one of me.
Yeah, literally.
Do you, when you are dating someone, are they accepting of like another guy coming around?
Yeah, they are. I think they gravitate towards men. They like the male energy. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Is that like typical?
Yeah.
That they okay.
It depends on the dog, but that's not uncommon. Like my dogs, I feed them, I bathe them, I birthed them.
Yeah.
And my husband, they're like, he's the best thing in the whole world. They love that, the male energy.
I wonder what that is. Yeah. They must just be like, I don't know.
Just like a different energy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's good though, because there are some dogs where like the husband or the boyfriend, they'll like try to like bite them when they're kissing or hugging their significant other.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It could go south.
That's so crazy. No, they're like more obsessed with the guy than me.
That's a good thing. They're little traitors, but that's okay.
Yeah,
we'll traitors.
Take it. Yeah. God. Exactly.
It'd be worse.
I know. Well, thank God he's not like biting.
Oh no. Imagine that. That would be tough to date.
Yeah. I would have to just send him off.
Sorry, my massive dogs
are biting you.
Will be biting you. And Miss Ma'am.
And Miss Ma'am will also be peeing on you.
Yeah.
So.
Come date Victoria.
Yeah, welcome.
That's hilarious. Okay, we're gonna jump into Paw and Order.
Okay.
And this is the part where I tell you 3 things that as a veterinarian, I would not do. And I kind of tailored them to labs.
Okay, yay.
So the first of which is I wouldn't forget to clean their ears after they go swimming.
Okay.
Because labs get ear infections.
All the time.
They can like look at the wind the wrong way and they get an ear infection.
Literally.
And they love to swim because that's what they were bred for. And so what happens is they swim and moisture gets trapped in those ear canals and that will develop into an ear infection.
Yeah.
So you take ear cleaner and it seems counterintuitive. But you flip that ear over and actually pour the solution into the ear canal.
Okay.
You're like, wait, I don't want the ear canal to get wet. Why am I pouring this in there?
Right.
But it has all these like drying ingredients in it.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yes. And you don't want to buy ear cleaner, just like any random ear cleaner. They are not all made equal.
Okay.
You definitely want to get one from your vet.
Okay. We definitely have a lot of it around the house.
Sure.
Just because,
because
you made that mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they get ear infections?
Buxton does all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, he could like get a bath and he's getting an ear infection.
Yeah. So even a bath. After a bath, I would clean their ears.
Okay.
Anytime they get wet.
Okay.
It rains.
Yes. Seriously. They get them so easily.
They do. It's those big floppy ears.
I know.
They're so cute though.
They are so cute.
It's worth it. Okay. Number 2, I wrote this one without even knowing that we were going to talk about this, but I would not spay my big dog, so labs and Goldens and Shepherds, spay or neuter until after 12 months of age if you're going to do it. And the reason being is there's new studies coming out that show if we wait longer to do that, they're much less likely to tear their ACLs.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. Isn't that interesting? Obviously.
Wait, that's wild.
I know. The first study that ever came out was just with golden retrievers. And then they just published another study that was specifically Labrador retrievers.
So it must be something like developmentally.
Exactly. They think it's like testosterone.
Yeah,
exactly.
That makes sense.
And better joint health and skeletal health.
Right.
Clearly, I think Buxton is a good case that it may still happen.
Yeah.
But the likelihood is a little bit
8
less.
at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's an older gentleman.
Right.
So
it's a distinguished, sophisticated man.
Exactly.
So it could have happened sooner.
Yeah. I feel like it probably would have because the people that I told, like I put it on my Instagram and everybody was like, oh my gosh, this happened to me. I was like shocked at how many people's dogs' ACLs had torn.
Tons.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, like an activity that we all do with our dogs is fetch or they're out.
They stop short.
Exactly.
That's exactly what happened. We were throwing the ball. He stopped short and it just like popped. And immediately after he was like limping.
Yep.
So he's an athlete, but
of course. And he will get back out there.
Yes, he will.
But yeah, no, there's like no worse feeling.
It's really sad.
I know. And we did talk about how awful the recovery is, but for all of you listening, like definitely don't let that deter you from getting the surgery because the alternative is they get terrible arthritis in their knees and then they walk around gimpy for the rest of their life.
I tried to go a couple months without doing it because it seemed to be like healing on and off. But like once it's torn, I guess it doesn't actually ever heal. It's like you have to just get it like repaired.
Yeah.
And that was like interesting for me because I could tell there was like some days where he was in a lot of pain and other days where he was totally fine.
Yeah, it waxes and wanes. It's really interesting.
It was so weird. And so I opted not to get surgery initially. And then I was just like, okay, I can't do this anymore because he wasn't even able to go up the stairs at that point. But it literally after the surgery, he was like running around again.
So much better.
So much better. Like nothing ever happened.
A really interesting thing about that surgery too is in humans, because people tear their ACLs all the time, is we actually like rebuild that ligament in humans. In dogs, we don't do that.
They don't, right? That's what they told me.
Yeah, we actually just changed the angle of the joint.
Yes.
We cut through the bone.
I thought that was so crazy.
It's crazy.
So you've done that before? Like you've had to do that surgery?
Yeah. Well, so as a general practitioner, I can do any surgery that I feel comfortable with.
Right.
That is like a major orthopedic procedure. Okay. So I refer those out to orthopedic surgeons. Gotcha. I have had it done though in my dog.
So you know.
Oh, I know. Yeah. This was my Great Dane. She'd got both of them done. I was like, this is a nightmare.
At the same time?
Not at the same time. They happened within like 6 months of each other. And they say, I hate to tell you this, but they say that if one tears, the likelihood of the other tearing is like very high. I know.
Oh, fuck.
I know.
Great. $6,000 down the drain.
I know. Like hopefully that does not happen. We're going to knock on some wood.
Gosh,
we're knocking on wood. But just FYI.
Oh, gosh. It's terrible.
Okay, last on the list, I wouldn't let their nails, especially their dew claws, get too long. Do your guys have dew claws? Sometimes they are born without dew claws.
I think they do.
They're like those little thumb nails.
I think they do, okay. Yeah.
Make sure we keep those cut short, because I can't tell you how many times I see dogs get them snagged or their nails rip off and they bleed. It's like a crime scene. And if your dog is ever bleeding because it snagged its nail or you've cut them back too short, a really good hack is that you can use cornstarch or baking flour and put that on the nail, and that will help it to like clot and stop bleeding.
Okay, that's good to know. I'm like way too scared to do it.
Yes.
So every time we go to the vet, I just have it done.
Smart.
Yeah.
And they have black nails.
Right.
Black nails are really hard.
Yeah, you can't really see it. So I don't deal with it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
White nail is fine because you can see what's happening.
You can see what's happening under there.
Yes.
But no, not theirs. Absolutely not. I'm not confident.
Have they ever like snagged their dew claws on anything?
No, they haven't. Yeah, they haven't snagged or anything. But yeah, when I texted you this morning, I was like looking at Cash's arm. He's like huge abscess.
I know. We'll see what that's about.
I know. I want you to look at it.
Cash is here. He will be getting an exam.
Yeah. I was like, while I'm there,
this is great.
Can we just 2-in-1?
Yes, this is perfect.
Yeah.
I'll take a look. We'll figure out what's going on.
Okay,
get
cool.
Squared away.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on today.
Oh my gosh, of course. This was so fun.
I appreciate it.
I feel like I learned so much. And like, I thought I know a lot because I constantly am Googling, but obviously you know more. So
it's perfect. Yeah. I love it. We can talk about dogs and learn some things.
I know. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And for everyone listening, please be sure to rate, review, subscribe. And as always, if you have any questions, you can DM me at Dr. Josie Vet on Instagram. And we will see you next week.
Yay.